Well, with us right now from the Saddleback Emeritus Institute is one of their really fine instructors who has been with us in the past, Donna Hannah-Chase. And Donna is instructing art classes, primarily sketching. Am I right?
That's right.
Yeah, great to have you back again.
It's
been a while.
Nice to be here.
And we're getting right now into the time where if you're interested in their spring classes, you can start signing up for them.
That's right.
So tell me about your background.
Okay, I've been a painter all my life. Started painting when I was a child and became a fine artist, and then decided when my children were grown, I used to teach privately, and women that would be painting, expressing themselves, not necessarily copying, would sometimes stand in front of the paintings and cry. I had no idea what that was about. And that was in about 1969 when art therapy was just becoming a profession. Interesting. And so I went back to school and got my master's degree in art therapy and counseling psychology. And I think that that's what I bring to the class, is that combination of certainly the technical ability to teach them the techniques of drawing, but also to be self-expressive and what that entails, how moved we are sometimes to create. It's interesting. I'll have the class do an experiment in the very beginning when they first come into class, and I usually hold a $20 bill up and say, here it is. If anybody can, well, I'll ask everybody to draw a line, just a simple line. It can be a curved line, fall back upon itself, fill the whole page, be just a small line, whatever they want. And it's interesting to me that most people will, given permission, will draw a very fancy line, something that's very elaborate. And so I hold the $20 bill up and I say, okay, hold your work up, and if you can find somebody that did exactly the same line as you did, then you earned it. You can split this between you. And nobody ever, it's a risk I take, but it's never ever happened. So people get that idea then that just with a simple line that they will express something about themselves. The way that we create lines and forms and colors on a piece of paper has a lot to do with how we have created our lives, what's happening inside of us.
Very interesting.
So I have this quote that I often read. It's from Martha Graham. She's a famous dancer that started modern dance. And she says there's a vitality, a life force that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and be lost. And so that idea that we have this, the life force in us, this ability just to express what's happening, is so important. And if we can allow this, it's a hard, I teach introductory drawing, and so I get people who usually don't have a lot of training. So my job is to teach them to the technique of drawing. But there's this fine line between teaching them the technique and helping them self-express. And that's the main thing that I try to keep, is that to find your own way, to find your own words, to find your own voice in image.
And you've brought some of your sketches here today, and one of the things I wanted to ask you is the way people can sketch today is traditional, or they can use digitally. And for some people, the creative process, I mean, it still boils down to the creative process, whatever you use, but in many cases, it's very easy for people to be somewhere, and if they have a tablet, an iPad, or whatever it might be, and pull out that pen, it now becomes infinite. You do not need you know,
It's
a
a
huge,
whole- yeah.
a huge thing of paints or pencils or all that.
equipment, yeah. I hate to see this skill be lost.
Mm-hmm.
I think the two are entirely different
Right.
ways of expressing, and certainly the more modern way I think will take hold.
Yeah,
And so we will be like the people who make horseshoes.
Yeah.
There'll still be a need, but not that great.
right.
But I hate to see it get lost.
Yeah.
So I want to see us still be able to, that eye-hand coordination, the feeling of the pencil in your hand, the scratching of it on the paper.
Yeah.
There's a whole experience that one has that is once removed
Yeah,
when we are using mechanical or electronic means.
yeah, that's true.
There's nothing the matter with that, and I think it's a wonderful new skill, and I advocate it.
Right.
But I also don't want to lose, it's kind of like when cake mix came in.
Yeah,
Or bread
it's a
mix,
good point.
you know.
Yes.
Certainly it's simple and easy, and you can put it together and you get a cake. But to knead your own bread and feel that, smell the yeast, and you know, there's a whole different feeling
Yeah, there is.
when you start from
Yeah,
scratch.
I agree, because a lot of the medium that you use, the tactile feel of it, and you are committing to
That's right.
something. Digitally, you're never committing.
That's right. That's right.
You don't like the color you just put down, hit undo, you put the next color down,
and
doesn't
you
matter.
get instant gratification.
Yeah,
And one of the things that we find is that it takes time to do a really nice drawing.
yeah,
And one has to get very, very still inside. And what will happen in the class is people move into, it's kind of the difference between right and left brain
Right.
functioning. When they get into that zone where they're creating, the whole room changes. It's still,
yeah,
it's
you're
quiet,
absolutely right.
everybody is concentrating, and it's that ability to focus and stay with something for a long time that I think is a discipline that we are losing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And so I like to kind of keep it pure if I
Yeah.
can.
Very good. Your classes are starting up again in the spring?
Yes,
and it's
and-
beginning sketching, art. What I have here, it's called Art 80X. Is that correct?
It is, and I have two classes, one
Okay.
on Mondays that meets at the Aliso Viejo Library,
Okay.
and that's from 12:30 to 3:30. And the second is on Friday, and it meets at the Laguna Hills Community Center,
Okay,
which
right
is
down the
just
street.
down the street. And it's from 1:30 to 4:20. So they're both introductions to a drawing. It's not an advanced class, so anybody can come. You don't need talent. It's a wonderful way
Just
to
maybe a sketchbook and some pencils, right?
sketchbook and pencils is pretty much what we use.
Yeah.
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 So.
Thank you very much. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
And I'll remind folks that it's time now to start signing up. You can do that. These booklets are out. You can go online, I think over at Clubhouse 4 as well. So check that all out. There's so many different classes.
These should be at every clubhouse.
Yeah, I think they already
that
are.
They can pick them up.
Yeah.
So registration's going on right now, so go.
Get on it. All
on
right.
it.
Donna, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Okay, bye-bye.